Almost every war you've ever heard of follows the exact same psychological pattern. And no, it's not about religion. It's about something much deeper, something your brain is doing right now without you realizing it. Once you see it, you'll understand why these conflicts never really end. This isn't about attacking belief. It's about understanding a pattern that repeats across history, from ancient wars to modern conflicts to things happening right now. Because once you understand the pattern, you stop asking who's right and start asking, why does this keep happening? Humans are wired for groups. Psychologists call this in-group versus out-group bias. Your brain constantly sorts people into us and them, even when the differences are small or meaningless. Now add religion. You're no longer just part of a group. You're part of a group that believes it holds ultimate truth. That changes everything. Because if your group has truth, then the other group isn't just different, they're wrong. And when people believe they're defending truth, they're willing to go much further. Here's something most people don't notice. People reshape their idea of God during conflict. Historical analysis, from ancient texts to modern surveys, shows a pattern. The more intense the conflict, the more people describe God as angry, punishing, strict, not loving, not forgiving. Why? Because war creates fear and chaos, and your brain tries to restore order, so it projects that need onto God. God becomes a reflection of the emotional state of the group. That's why both sides in a conflict often believe God supports them, not because God changed, but because perception did. Now we hit the core problem. Not all values are the same. Some things are practical, like money, land, or resources. Those can be negotiated. People can trade them. But some things are different. They're sacred. And sacred things aren't negotiable. Research on real conflicts found something surprising. When you offer people money or safety to give up something they see as sacred, it doesn't calm things down. It does the opposite. People become more extreme, more willing to fight. Why? Because sacred values aren't about logic. They're about identity. So you're not just asking someone to give up land, you're asking them to give up who they are. And to the brain, that feels like a threat. Look at history. The Crusades, framed as a fight for Holy Land. Parts of what's often called jihad in medieval contexts, framed as defending faith and territory. Even conflicts rooted in politics or land often get wrapped in religious meaning over time. Why? Because religion gives something powerful: legitimacy. If a war is political, people question it. If it's sacred, people justify it. But here's the part people ignore. The same religions that were used to justify violence also produced peace movements, charity, and compassion. So religion itself isn't the cause, it's the amplifier. Over time, conflicts evolve. They spread psychologically. Things that were once ordinary become sacred. A piece of land becomes holy. A city becomes untouchable. A symbol becomes worth dying for. This process is called sacralization. And once something becomes sacred, it stops being flexible. Now the conflict isn't about solving a problem, it's about defending meaning. And that's why some conflicts last generations. Because you can rebuild cities, you can't easily rebuild identity. Here's what research suggests. You can't resolve sacred conflicts with money or pressure. But there is something that works better: recognition. Acknowledging the other side's pain, respecting their identity, not trying to erase them. These symbolic gestures don't solve everything, but they reduce hostility, because people fight harder when they feel invisible. So when you look at the world and think, why is this still happening? Understand this: it's not just about religion. It's about identity, belonging, meaning. Religion just makes those things stronger. Understanding this doesn't justify the violence, but it explains why it keeps happening. And once you see the pattern, you stop being confused by the chaos. In this video, we're not taking sides. We're looking at a pattern that shows up again and again, across different places, different beliefs, and different moments in history. If you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to support the channel. And I'd really like to hear what you think. You can share your thoughts in the comments. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video.